I'm the nostalgia critic guy, remember it so you don't have to. Happy Thanksgiving, Christmas. Okay, we're doing Christmas now, because Thanksgiving is just the stepchild that nobody wants to pay attention to even though they're family. Don't worry, Thanksgiving, one day your fairy god turkey will come and make you so popular that we'll start putting out Thanksgiving decorations in September. Though, of course, we'll have to move Halloween decorations to August because we already have September to start setting those up because, shit, we only have until the end of October to get ready for that! Is everyone looking at their calendars upside down? Why do we never celebrate the appropriate holiday with the appropriate amount of time? Now, don't get me wrong, I know it's all subjective. There's no official rule book for any of this. In fact, the dates attached to many of these holidays are usually several days, if not several weeks off from when they originally were supposed to be celebrated. But you know what I'm talking about. Christmas decorations being put out the same time as Halloween. Thanksgiving being forgotten between two other holidays. More holidays being made up just so companies can sell more products. Something weird is going on and we need to figure out if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Okay, it's a bad thing, but let me explain why. For years, most people celebrate the classic holidays around the same time span. A few weeks, or usually a month, preparing for the special occasion. You can tell this by how many people associate the month with a holiday. February is the time for Valentine's Day, March is the time for St. Patrick's Day, April is the time for Easter, etc. But somewhere down the line, we didn't just enjoy these holidays, we got super obsessed with it. If holidays were people, we'd be fucking stalkers. There'd be restraining orders out on all of us. So is it the marketing teams that say the earlier we get this out, the more products we can sell and profit from? Well, yeah, but there's a little bit more to it than that. Every holiday is gonna have a different reception, ranging from slight to extreme. It's unlikely you'll celebrate Christmas with the same amount of excitement you'll have for President's Day, though I'm sure there's a few out there. But the major ones I mentioned before have gone to simple, nice moments with family to extreme excess. We're more excited for these holidays now than we've ever been before. Companies wouldn't force these holidays on us so early if we weren't buying them up so early. So the buyers and the sellers are feeding into each other. So naturally that raises the question, why have we become so obsessed? Okay, I know I shouldn't talk with my slight fixation over a certain holiday. Save it. But even I know that some of these holidays are getting so big that they're overlapping over totally fine ones. Why is Thanksgiving becoming more and more overlooked? Especially with more and more stores staying open and thousands of people waiting in line instead of eating a family meal. You could argue has consumerism gone mad, and in some cases, it has. Anything that can be exploited for profit will. But we feed into it not just because we like materialism, though again it does play a big part, but because, I don't know if you've noticed, we're kind of on a big nostalgia kick. Movies, merchandise, songs, we've become focused on reliving the happiest parts of our childhood. It went from underground hipster talk to big, big bucks. We love to relive those happy innocent times over and over and over. Is this a bad thing? It can be if you glorify the wrong areas, but you could always look at it as we're trying to figure out what made us so happy in the past and use it more in our everyday lives. Remember when Christmas and Halloween were just seen as kid stuff? Well, now adults love it. It reminds us of that special feeling we got as children, and now we can pass it on to our children. But on top of that, by trying to reclaim those carefree times, many more people are becoming carefree in real life. Adults 50 years ago didn't really dress up for Halloween, but now plenty of adults do, and with great technique. Now, does this mean we've gotten so uptight that we're craving our carefree ways, or have our carefree ways made us less uptight? That's probably something everyone can answer a little differently, but it does explain why we have such a hard-on for the holidays that gave us the most memorable childhood memories. The downside is we are connecting it too much to the holidays and not to our normal state of being. We want Halloween and Christmas to come early because we like what we do and who we are around those times. So it just makes sense to celebrate it earlier and earlier. I guess it's not bad, but how about this idea? Try doing the things you want to do and being the person you want to be any day. You don't need a date to be nice people. Go donate to charity or find a friend in need. You don't need an excuse to make awesome costumes or projects. Hell, there's a ton of conventions every year dedicated to people who celebrate their personal likes, and they do so by building incredible things. There's people that go out in the streets, make videos, do all sorts of things with incredible creations because they just like it. Why wait for a holiday? They can do this shit right now. We don't need a certain time to come earlier to feel better, just do the same thing every other day. The holidays are supposed to be reminders of what's wonderful in the world. Christmas reminds us of how important it is to care, Valentine's Day reminds us of how important it is to love, Thanksgiving reminds us of how important it is to be thankful, and Halloween reminds us of how important it is to stir things up a bit. We go overboard with celebrating them because we want to show how much we treasure these values. Which is fine, but we're not bound to do them only during the designated shopping days. Hell, if I'm in a down mood, I'll sometimes put on a Christmas CD, even if it's long after Christmas. I do it because those songs are about peace and harmony, and those are worth enjoying even after the holiday is over. They're values that still work even if it's not the 25th of December. So are we gonna keep celebrating holidays at strange times? Probably, but it's not about when it starts, it's how long you keep it going. Hell, even more holidays are getting recognition, celebrating even newer values. But as always, the idea is not to help create a holiday, but rather a better life. Doing things that you should be trying to do every day. Except maybe St. Patrick's Day, you'll be an alcoholic then. But you get the idea. Let the holidays be a reminder to do great things, not permission. Instead of extending their message another month, why not practice it the whole year? Who knows? The more you praise how much you value the great things in life, the more you might actually start to value it all the time. I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember it so you don't have to. Hello, I'm the It's the first time I've gotten that wrong. Hey, Doug Walker here doing the charity shout out. This is one that a lot of you have probably heard of, but it can always get more and more attention and more help, and that is St. Jude's Children's Hospital. This is a hospital that specializes with children who have cancer, and we all know cancer is horrible. It's one of the worst things you can go through, but it's so much worse when it happens to children. And this is a place where families can go and they don't charge them a thing. You look at all the videos and testimonials and all the parents saying that really nothing is asked of them, nothing is charged at all because of the donations, because of people being so supportive and so giving, because so many people know that no child should ever have to go through this. So they do everything they can not only to give these children the proper care, but also try to find a cure. This is a research facility as well that tries endlessly to try and find out new things in how to treat the disease and how to make the children feel better and how to cope with it better, everything you can imagine. This is one of the most popular charities you can find out there, and it's popular for a reason, because they really are so wonderful and put so much effort and so much dedication into what they do. This is a place where children can feel welcome, they can feel warm, they can feel loved, they can feel like this is a place that's safe. For children to have to go through so much, they deserve nothing but the best. And this is definitely an organization that gives it and puts their all into it. There's updates all the time on their website and information on how you can help. Hearing any of the stories and watching any of the footage, you can see that this place knows what they're doing and that they do it well. So definitely click on the link, check it out, and see why this hospital is known all over the world.